Hello, welcome to my channel. It's good to have you back again. It's a Joyce time. We'll be doing that. You may notice a swap round of bears. Yes, well, I've had a swap round within the craft room, so I'll do you a video eventually of the new reorganised chaos craft room. Anyway, what have we got today? Let's just go straight to our first bookmark. It's on page 845. It's in Psalm 23:4. Well, that's the area that it's in. And it's called God Restores and Leads. Okay, bookmark. Try and keep up with the words. You ready? You ready, Miller? Miller Bear's ready. God restores and leads. The 23rd Psalm is so comforting. In it, the psalmist David tells us that the Lord leads, feeds, guides, and shields us. He causes us to lie down and rest. He refreshes and restores us. Psalm 23:3. He restores our lives, actually, not us. Our lives. I like the way the Amplified Bible translates this verse. But I also like the way the beautiful old King James Version renders it. As in, He restoreth my soul. The soul is comprised of the mind, the will, and the emotions. With our souls, we process our circumstances. We entertain our thoughts. We feel and express emotions. And we make decisions. What a wonderful promise that God will restore our souls. The word restore means to bring back into existence or use, or to bring back to an original state or condition. The word is often used in a situation when a dethroned ruler is put back on his throne. Restore also means to make restitution, to cause to return, or to refresh. When David says God will restore our souls and our lives, I believe he means that God will return us to the state of condition we were in before we strayed from following the good plan God had predestined for us before our birth, or before Satan attacked us to draw us out of God's plan for our future, for our lives. It's going well, this one. We can take confidence that God will lead us in the path of righteousness, uprightness, and right standing with Him. I believe David is saying here that God individually leads each of us in the path that is right for us, a path that restores us in every way to the good places God had for us. God has a path predestined for your restoration. If you will allow Him to do so, He will guide you by His Holy Spirit along the unique way that leads to restoration and to being able to fulfill the great purpose He has for your life. There we go. Shall I read you out the Psalm 23 that's actually in here as well? Seems it was talking about it in that bit. So it says, Psalm 23, the Lord, the psalmist shepherd, a psalm of David. The Lord is my shepherd, to feed, to guide, and to shield me. I shall not want. He lets me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still and quiet waters. He refreshes and restores my soul. He leads me in the paths of righteousness for His name's sake. Even though I walk through the sunless valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil, for you are with me. your rod to protect, and your staff to guide. They comfort and console me. That's nice, isn't it? Did it go on any further? Perhaps over the page? It does. Let's finish this off. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You have anointed and refreshed my head with oil. My cup overflows. Surely goodness and mercy and unfailing love shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell forever throughout all my days in the house and in the presence of the Lord. To get to the end of it then. It went over the page, it threw me a bit. But there you go. I love Psalm 23. Many a times I've written it out and drawn it or, done sheepies over it and things like this. It's just such a nice one. There are some other bits on these 2 pages. Shall we have them as well while we're at it? It says over here, putting the word to work. This one says, at some point in our lives, all of us will walk through the valley of the shadow of death, either facing our own death, the death of a loved one, or some other extraordinarily difficult time. Are you, or is someone you love, walking through that valley right now? Remember, where there is a shadow, there must be light, and the light of the world, Jesus has promised to be with you always. Ask him right now to comfort and guide you, and know that he is walking with you in every situation. That's nice. That's a nice bit. That's still on that page 845. It is on 845. That's a nice one. Over on 844, we've got a life point. So we'll have that one as well. Let's have the lot today. The last part of the beloved Psalm 23 describes the condition in which the Lord wants us to be continually. He wants us to be protected, guided, and comforted. He wants to set a table of blessing before us in the very face of our enemies. He wants to anoint us with the oil of joy instead of mourning. He wants our cup of blessing to overflow continually in thanksgiving and praise to him for his goodness, mercy, and unfailing love towards us. And he wants us to live moment by moment in his presence. All these things are part of his good plan for each of us. Regardless of how far we may have fallen, he wants to raise us up and restore us to that right and perfect plan he has for our lives. I needed that page today. Sometimes you can read it and it doesn't get you. That lot I needed. Sometimes you think, am I doing things right? Am I not doing things right? We miss people. We get a bit down, a bit up. But this is saying, whatever happens, God will restore us to our normal self. That's good to know, isn't it? Have a think. Read it through for yourselves and you ever think about that. How does that affect your life? You never know. We'll all come up with different answers. But it may be just what you need to hear today or need to look into today. On that note, I shall say, do subscribe. Do give us a thumbs up. Do subscribe. One day I'll get that right. I've only been doing this 2 years. I still can't get that bit right. Never mind, Lynn. Stay safe. Take care. And I'll see you later. Bye-bye for now.